What's up, guys?
We're back. The boys are back in town. We're reviewing Invincible, Amazon original series Invincible.
It's not done, but we're reviewing
Well, the
season
first
one.
season, yes. It was really good. You know, the first episode has that hook, that big moment, that big thing that happens at the end of the first episode. That if you've not seen the show, you should go watch it unspoiled. Because we are going to get into some spoiler territory.
Yes, if you don't want spoilers, then get the fuck out, please.
Yeah, leave. We don't want you here. Die.
I mean, maybe if you could just mute it and leave it running in the background and not.
Yeah,
skip
give
any
us
of
the
the
ad
ads.
revenue, but leave.
Mm-hmm.
So the story centers around Mark Grayson, and he is a young lad who is the son of mustached Superman. Omni-Man. And Omni-Man, alright? Omni-Man is the most powerful superhero in their world. And he basically, he is also Mark's mentor for when he gets his powers. And all throughout the first episode, you see him learning how to use his powers and stuff. And
Which
then
he kind of sucks at for a while.
Yeah, but then he learns that it's like peeing on purpose, and then he flies. And then he meets a girl who kicked a bully in the balls for him, and they get together
for some reason.
Yeah. But then at the end of the episode, Omni-Man takes down the not Justice League, the Guardians of the Glob, of the Flat Earth, the Guardians of the Flat Earth. He takes them down. And, very brutally, very bloody.
Mm-hmm. That's actually...
A lot of people did not see that coming. Voice Critical thought that this was a kid's show until he saw that.
Well, I just wasn't expecting that. Like, I knew it was an adult, show, but I was like, whoa. Whoa.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
It was very intense. And then Omni-Man collapses on the floor, so no one knows what happened. So then, the second episode, there's an invasion from these aliens who are
they're kind of dumb, to be honest.
Yeah, but Mark tries to save a lady, but he ends up destroying her. And then the team
Titans
show up.
The Teen Titans.
The Teen Titans. And there's a robot. There's a bunch of girls, but one girl. There's Pink. And there is...
The pink hair girl's probably...
She doesn't have pink hair.
No, pink hair girl.
She has a pink suit with red hair.
No, it's basically...
And then there's not Gambit. And they show up, and they kind of save the day, but not really. They just kind of save Mark. Then the aliens keep coming back, but they keep getting old. And then they don't get old, and then they can't stop them. And then Omni-Man shows up, and he's like, what up? And he takes them all down, and then he goes to their dimension and destroys it. Except not really, but we'll find that out later. The third episode... Which one was the third episode?
Same.
What?
Doesn't he talk to, Pink? Doesn't he talk to her? At the high school?
Yes, and he finds out that she's actually a kid from their school.
Yeah.
And then, in the third episode, which is the one where they recruit the new Guardians of the Globe, Eve finds out that Rex is cheating on her, and she dumps him, and then she teams up with Mark to take down Dr. Seismic, who's probably one of the funniest villains in the entire series.
It's really not, but it's not
And
that
then
funny,
the
but,
fourth
yeah.
episode was the space episode where he eats a sandwich and it crumbles because it's frozen.
Alright. No, he tells Amber that he's going to leave, but doesn't tell her why, even though it's literally happening behind her. And then he leaves, gets on a spaceship, fights aliens, and then leaves again back to Earth. And then that's basically what happened in that episode. It's very productive.
Yeah, but one of the aliens shows up on Earth because the Martian shapeshifted.
Yeah. Yeah, which I thought Amber did because she acted really weird when he got back. He was like, "Oh, I didn't even know you were gone." It's like, what?
Amber, I got a rock. Look at this rock, Amber. And she was like, cool, and she took the rock. And then the next episode is the one with Rock Man. So the Rock,
I really like
he
Rock
evolved into Rock Man. So Dwayne The Rock Johnson takes down the whole crime industry in the whole city, and then he becomes the head of it. But
but Mark
in doing so,
yeah,
auto-tuned Machine Head Man almost kills Mark using a bunch of hired guns, and my dog is screeching in the other room. Anyway,
they literally wouldn't have known that if you didn't bring that up.
Oh, well, anyway, so Dwayne The Rock Johnson, but kind of betrays Mark, but kind of not really. And then in the next episode, it's gay RoboCop.
Yeah.
And then this is the one, I think, without this, there wouldn't be so much, backlash over the whole Mark Amber situation.
I just don't even think they're good together to begin with.
They really aren't good for each other at all.
But, it happens.
Mark is still really, flaky, and she's still really, cold towards him, despite him literally, getting killed in almost every episode. But because he lied to her, I think she should be a lot more understanding with him, but whatever. So, I don't know why she wasn't just I know you're invincible, end it there.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
But whatever. So then, some long hair guy, he makes a bunch of RoboCops, and Mark kills them brutally, and then he smacks him in the face, and it dislocates his jaw. But the gay best friend, his boyfriend.
Before all that, the first one, when all that stuff's happening, it kills itself because it saw itself. It was
and it was Justin Roiland. Because it was Justin Roiland who was like, I gotta go finish Rick and Morty.
Justin Roiland literally played a character for 2 seconds. It was the best performance ever, to be honest.
Yeah.
Couldn't be beat.
So he killed himself so he could go finish Rick and Morty.
And Solar Opposites.
Yeah. No one really cares about Solar Opposites.
It's a good show. What the hell?
Yeah. Anyway, then he kind of saves his boyfriend, but not really, because we don't really know what happens with him. But hopefully he's okay.
No, hopefully he died.
He's probably not, knowing this series. He's probably not. Well, and then the next episodes where everything gets real, Cecil, who's the nostalgia critic, he summons a kaiju and a bunch of other stuff to try to take down Omni-Man, and the Immortal, who was cloned by the two Blue brothers, by the Blue Man group. He comes back and he tries to take down Omni-Man, but then he gets killed, and then everyone knows that Omni-Man is obviously a villain because the Immortal is not a villain and he killed the Immortal. But then Invincible finally shows up. He's like super late, but he shows up and he sees what Omni-Man is doing, and he's like, "I'm not having none of that." And then the episode ends, and then the next episode, they fight, and then he takes him to the subway, and he puts his face through like a
Well,
subway car, and he
there's
gets
a
like
building.
he
There's
destroys
also
a
a
bunch of
building.
people,
There's also a building.
and then oh yeah, and he kills a bunch of people in a building, including a mother and a daughter, and then he goes over and he's like, Mark, think, Mark, think, think, and then Mark thinks, and then he's like, well, in 500 years I'd still have you, Dad. And then Nolan flies away, and then they set up season 2, and it's a really good show. But that's just a very basic plot synopsis. Of
Yeah,
course, there's a bunch
yeah,
more
but
going on, and much more
the ending
characters.
is like
But
really bloody. So good.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
what do you want to rate it, Sam?
I'll rate it a think mark out of 10.
That. What is that?
That is, I think it's a good 9.5 out of 10.
You know, we're just copying Moist Meter at this point, so sure, go ahead, 9 out of 10. Or 9.5 out of 10. That's, yeah, that's the official rating.
Yeah, I think if the next season's even better, then it's going to be a 10. The only reason it's not a 10 is because of the Mark Amber stuff and because there's some animation oddities that are kind of noticeable once you start noticing them.
They're noticeable when you start noticing them. Oh, okay, sure.
I mean, basically, yeah, basically.
Alright.
That's how it works.
Bye, good.
Bye.